What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon. Crypto Universe. Today is Monday, October 9th. In today's video, we got to do a follow-up regarding the DeGods NFT collection on Ethereum and also the y00ts NFT collection that's currently on Polygon. We have some major updates because announcements have been made yesterday on Sunday, October 8th, because that day was the day of the second anniversary of DeGods. With that came some surprising announcements, and I cannot wait to share them with you conveniently in this video. So don't waste any time scrolling through Twitter to find the best updates regarding this collection, because this video is going to make it very easy to understand. So with that said, be sure to like the button, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to join our Patreon page, and most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. Right now, if you haven't noticed, DeGods PFPs have actually changed into Season 1, as you can see right here. The artwork is no longer Season 3. Now the floor price has actually pumped a little bit. We saw this floor price drop to around 3.15 and has been hovering around 3.2 Ethereum. Now, why has this artwork changed on Blur? But also something that we've seen on OpenSea is that it also has changed. But also you've seen that some of these PFPs have been zoomed in or been cropped in a different way. And there's different variations on OpenSea. You can see that some are Season 3 artworks, which is this one right here. Then you have some that are Season 1 artworks, which is right here. But this is because the metadata has been changed. So what does that all mean? Well, it was in regards to this trailer that was just released yesterday. Now, just to kind of sum of everything that's in this trailer, basically the team has formed a way to change the metadata for your PFPs, where you can literally change it to any season that you want. If it's Season 1, 2, or 3, you can crop it on chain and it's absolutely free, and you can crop it as many times as you want. But what the team is trying to do is bring this back to where we all started, which is to reset, unify, and clarify. So that's kind of their motto, that's kind of their mantra right now. And really, I think that they're trying to really heal from the Season 3 FUD storm that happened once the Season 3 artwork was released. So they're going back to their roots. And with this announcement, there is a lot more to share, which I will share with you in a little bit, but we have to also look at what the process is to change your actual PFP. So this is the actual website, DeGods.com, and the homepage looks completely different. So if you go over here to enter and you connect your MetaMask wallet, which you have your DeGod on, which has to be selected on the Ethereum blockchain, you will click enter. So once you get there, you will then see your actual NFT. So once you click on the NFT, this page will pop up. And as you can see, you can either choose Season 1, Season 2, or Season 3. And also about perspective, you can also either be zoomed in or you can be zoomed out. And another thing, you can either choose a square or you can choose the hexagon. So these are the best ways to understand how your PFPs have been changed. And this is just something to allow people to choose whatever they want. Because again, we do know that Twitter or any other profile for pictures, they have different design. People tend to switch up their PFPs in different ways, shapes, or forms. So they created this utility to help you understand how that's gonna work. Now let's go ahead and continue further on, because Frank on Discord said, it's kind of poetic. This is the third time in a row where spirits are down on October 8th. Now, back in 2021, the infamous clown emojis after mint, so people were saying to clown this collection, it's a bunch of fools, and that's basically what people felt around the actual artwork, the actual team. Then in 2022, they announced the 0% royalties announcements, which basically was a huge FUD storm. Basically, creators were getting 0% and people were bashing on DeGods, saying that it was their problem. They're the reason why creator royalties are now 0% rather than 3 or 5%. And this was a huge controversial issue because, again, I guess marketplaces can provide options to pay creators royalties. And because of that option, a lot of people were affected by this, but people tend to blame the DeGods community. But then in 2023, again, we see the post-mint of the death spiral. And basically when people saw the Season 3 artwork, they were pretty much upset with what they saw. That's why they created this website. But also, I think there's more that we need to see here. And that's in regards to a big announcement, which is this. This is the thing that people are losing their minds about. Why is that? Well, just to sum it all down, it's saying to everybody that there is something that's going to be clarified. Okay, now what does that actually mean? The clarified part says, alongside the launch of blank, every single concern with the DeGods, y00ts, points, art upgrades, IP, Bitcoin DeGods, and the dust token will be answered. a path forward together. So reset, unify, clarify. Why is this super important? Well, this little mysterious zone right here is what everybody's been wondering what that's going to be about. And Frank and the team has hinted that this is going to be something pretty much uniting everything together. But also another thing in here was this, the unify part. And he's talking about y00ts. y00ts is finally going to be migrating to Ethereum based on what they're saying this week. So this week we're going to see the migration of y00ts from Polygon over to Ethereum. And they said it's absolutely going to be cost-free, which is going to be great. Now, when that happens, we're going to talk about what's going to happen to y00ts potentially once it does migrate. And I'm going to share with you my conclusion around y00ts and possibly DeGods as well. But this is really exciting to see that finally we're going to see all these different collections within the DLabs community onto Ethereum. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the y00ts NFT collection, because right now it's actually hovering around 0.73. Yesterday when we saw that announcement, it almost got to around 0.8 Ethereum. So right now I want to share with everybody what's going on with the y00ts floor in terms of analytics, because we do know that the holder count has actually increased. Yeah, back on September 1st, 2023, the holder count was roughly around 4,000. It's actually increased to around 4,144 by October 1st. But today, believe it or not, it's around 4,207. So I've only actually seen the amount of unique owners grow. Why is that? It's because people are able to buy these at a good entry price. So for around 0.73 Ethereum, it's roughly around 50 Solana or higher. And that's because this collection used to be on Solana. So people are comparing those prices. So if you consider how much it is to buy it based on Solana, it's actually quite worth it to have some exposure. Now we got to go into the analytics. How's the floor doing? Right now we're seeing the buy orders for each NFT roughly within the hours. Not too much, like even within the past 5 hours, we've roughly only seen around 6 or 7 purchase orders. We actually just had another purchase order just now 21 minutes ago for around 0.69 Ethereum. Most likely someone sent that person an offer which was in wrapped Ethereum and they accepted it because they needed the profit. Now when we go to the analytics, let's go ahead and see how the volume's actually happening, because again, I said on October 8th, which was yesterday, we saw major volume happening. But again, it's a little low today, but the day is not complete yet as of this recording. And we see that the new low was around 0.68. So that was the lowest that we saw over the past week. And obviously within sales, we're seeing a lot of orders fluctuate between above 0.9 Ethereum and a lot of orders between 0.7 to 0.8. So obviously a lot of buying orders going back and forth right here. Now I want to share with you that not too long ago on October 4th, which was just 5 days ago, we saw that massive whales are buying. Like this person literally bought 14 NFTs at an average cost of around 0.8 Ethereum. So that's really interesting. People are acquiring these as much as they can. So when you look at the floor, are you going to acquire? Well, that's really up to you, because we also have big whales buying a ton, accumulating as much as they can, and also people who are trying to get to the point where they're going to be a 007 role. What is that? 007 is basically anybody who has 7 or more of these NFTs, and when you do, you're given a 007 Discord role, which allows you to be part of a lot of unique channels and alpha calls, and also great conversation around how can we build the best utility within this community. And the last thing I want to share with everybody is that tonight around 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, there's going to be a y00ts Season 2 community space that's hosted by Vango. Vango does a great job of hosting in real life events here in Los Angeles, but also we get to understand how the community feels around this. And also they're going to probably talk about what they expect to happen with the Ethereum migration. So with that said, let me go and share my thoughts with DeGods before we close off. With the DeGods floor price, I think it's going to hover around here for a while because we don't know what's going to happen just yet. We're waiting for that one announcement. Again, the announcement that we saw on that one slide that talked about that all these things that are unified within the y00ts, within DeGods, within points, within the Dust token, within Bitcoin DeGods, is all going to be announced with this one basic announcement. And once we see that, will that push the floor up? I'm not so sure with DeGods at the very moment. So, but that's just DeGods. Again, it allows people to have exposure to this NFT collection if they want to. So when you see prices like this, it's actually good for some people who've been waiting for so long that couldn't afford it before to have time to save and buy. And then there are other people who are just saying, you know, let me just go ahead and trade this collection as much as possible. Because if you don't know, if you look on the basic collections overall, it seems that the DeGods NFT collection is one of the most heavily traded volume collections throughout the whole Ethereum ecosystem, especially on Blur. It's being compared to Bored Ape Yacht Club. So when you're seeing the price range between 25 Ethereum for Bored Apes compared to 3 Ethereum for DeGods, you got to think to yourself, what's the better investment? And that's up for you to decide. And regarding y00ts, you can see that y00ts is obviously right now, a really great entry point. A lot of people can afford this. A lot of people can be whales, as you've seen already, and the artwork is phenomenal. And I do believe that there's going to be more utility with this actual collection. And who knows, maybe season 2 is going to have art upgrades. So what's that going to look like? Well, you have to stick around. But right now, I think both of these collections right now are heavily undervalued. And again, we haven't experienced the NFT bull market. One that actually does happen, then these prices will no longer be there. So in terms of the migration to Ethereum, are we expecting the floor price to pump or dump? Well, really, just in my opinion, it could fluctuate, because right now, since it's on Polygon and it's not on Blur, the trading exchange, I think that right now, this is pretty steady on Polygon. Once it migrates over to Ethereum and is available to trade on Blur, a lot of bid orders are going to happen. I think that this floor price could drop to around 0.5 Ethereum, and you must be wondering, Vincent, you're crazy. But we have to think about the most realistic lowest point that we can, because we need to be prepared. Because if you knew that this price is going to drop to around 0.5 Ethereum, then possibly you would take your profits now. But also, if you have no exposure to this, that could be a great entry, but that's no guarantee. But there's also the bullish case scenario, which is once this migrates over to Ethereum and it's available to trade on Blur, then possibly a lot of Ethereum whales have a lot of bid orders that they need filled. Maybe they have, 50 NFTs they want to buy at a bid order around 0.7 Ethereum. Well, all 50 of those NFTs are going to be filled up and bought up, and then all of a sudden the floor price is going to pump. And so that's when you can see an actual bull case scenario. But the lowest case scenario, 0.5 Ethereum in my personal opinion. So with that said, let me know your thoughts down below behind y00ts and also DeGods. How do you feel around the art upgrades? How do you feel around the new announcements regarding all these different collections being announced all at once, since they're going to be unified on Ethereum? Well, I want to hear them because we'll cover it and we'll possibly share it in our next video. So with that said, be sure to like the button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls, both buy and sell orders, both NFTs, cryptocurrencies, especially within y00ts and DeGods. If you want to know our plans, be sure to join us there. With that said, I'll see you guys and girls next time.